Well, hello people, welcome to the next Senpai. Prepare to embark on a journey filled with magic, adventure, and the awe-inspiring tale of those born without magic but who became the strongest magician, against the limitation, transcend their humble origins to grasp unimaginable power. With passion and hard work, they finds themselves thrust into a destiny far more significant than they could ever imagine, and becomes the strongest hero who can defeat enemies wielding with unpredictable magical power. Keeping watching this video, and stay awesome. Let's go! Mashle, magic and muscles. It leads many people to assume that Mashle concept impersonates Harry Potter and One Punch Man in the package of anime. Set a story in the magic realm, where the existence of magic is the main thing and becoming a natural part of everyday life. In the deep forest, far from other humans, Mashle was born without magic. To close the gaps with others, he spends their everyday training routine pushing his physical power, building muscles strong enough to compete with magic. A peaceful life with his grandfather also vanished after society notices that Mashle does not have a mark when he ventures out into the city to buy goblin cream puff. It's because a government aggressively rids someone of inferior blood unable to use magic, and to maintain his peaceful life, the magicless Mashle enrolls in the prestigious Eastern Magic Academy, challenges the magic elites and makes new friends and defeat enemies along in his way. In that process to set his goal to become a divine visionary, the highest rank of magic user, as a condition of these terms, when the god would have accepted his existence which indirectly it could be influenced society. While the show is primarily an action comedy, Mashle has a secret weapon, his incredible physical strength and skills, which he calls muscle magic, as well as for those who enjoy seeing muscles beat magic user. Scarlet Nexus. The main character, Yuito Sumeragi, comes from the prestigious Sumeragi clan, known for their long lineage of influential figures in New Himuka. Despite being born into this renowned family, Yuito initially lacks any notable psionic abilities and is inept with no power of magic, which is far away from the expectations associated with his lineage. So that's why he was subjected to experiments to receive psionic powers in the first place. Unfortunately, repeated use of his psionic powers is causing damage to accumulate in his brain, which explains Yuito power shortages and memory lapses. Also known as systemic risk, his psionic powers become unstable, and the only way to stay active is by devouring a drug made from human blood and brains. With his newfound psychokinesis ability, allowing him to control the movement of all surrounding objects, Yuito becomes a member of the OSF and embarks on a journey to protect humanity from the threat of mutants. He engages in intense battles alongside his teammates, uncovering the secrets behind the origin of mutants, and the mysteries surrounding his family history. At the same time, to expose the government's corruption succeeds in starting up a revolution. Break Blade. The story takes place in a fantasy world where people have the ability to control quartz, a valuable resource that powers their machinery and weapons. It becomes an anomaly, where the main character, Reincarnation Arrow being one of many people can use magic and cannot manipulate quartz like everyone else. However, Reincarnation has a rare ability to pilot ancient and powerful mecha called golems without quartz manipulation. Reincarnation's golem has advanced technology that makes it more durable and robust than standard models. He utilizes these unique features, such as enhanced armor, advanced weaponry, and superior mobility, to gain an advantage over his opponents, which might be of value to become a formidable force on the battlefield. The struggles of Reincarnation believe that despite having to fight, we're capable of challenging opponents with more excellent resources and magical abilities in the expectations of those around him. The magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. The protagonist and the inaugural princess of Paletia's kingdom, a lot of people know named Anisfia Wind Paletia, reincarnated from Earth and has always loved magic but cannot use magic for some mysterious reason. She didn't give up and has a passion for magical science and used her previous life's knowledge to develop various magic tools based on magicology theory. To fund her research and get materials, she also took up a job as an adventurer, again showing a complete disregard for her royal title. However, her regular hunting of monsters to gather materials has transformed her into one of the strongest magicians within the kingdom of Paletia. Most people think her weird because she spends her days and nights in questionable research while nicknamed the Princess Peculiar. While struggling to resolve the throne issue, she shares her thoughts with Euphilia, who decides to make her a magic assistant after crashing into a political marriage that was being declared cancelled by Prince Algert. Anisphia had an interest on Euphilia's abilities even before they were acquainted, and she has an ulterior motive for seeking Euphilia's companionship. Anti-Magic Academy, the 35th Test Platoon. In a modern world tormented by supernatural terror, the Anti-Magic Academy is a specialized school built Inquisitors, where they tasked to wipe out a people with magical dangers and threats. They're making considerable progress, in the balance of defense and security standards might have once shifted from sorcery to military weapons. Takeru Kusanagi possesses exceptional swordsmanship skills despite being born without magical abilities and cannot use guns at all. As one of the last surviving blade users in the Kusanagi clan, Takeru remains resolute in his commitment to his swordsman-soldier becomes intertwined with his personal development. As a result, he is relegated to the 35th Test Platoon, the motley small fry platoon for initially seen as all staff as women outcast students. Despite their initial reputations as an underdog group, the members display determination and resilience in fulfilling their duties. They grow both individually and as a team and uncover dark secrets within the Anti-Magic Academy. Led by their commander and former Inquisitor, Takeru has secret abilities called Relic Eater that can lead to actual transformation in Witch Hunter form and increase swordplay techniques with improved speed, durability, and his physical attack. To activate Relic Eater, Takeru must make a soul contract with Lapis Lazuli, as her true classification is that of a sacred treasure-type magical heritage, but prefers staying in her human form. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. The strongest exorcist in another world is reincarnated with new identity as a Seika Lampro, an illegitimate son of a noble family that prides itself on magic. However, Seika was born as a child and he considered to have no magical abilities from this world. He thinks his witchcraft technique in the new world is different from a knowledge in his previous life. Therefore, he trusted his former strength as the strongest exorcism with skills over that seems like an abundant magical powers than average person in this new world. Self-confidence is related to competence, that he can wield rare exorcism techniques, including summoning a mythical monster and removing curses from his body, but despite having to work extra to manufacture a human paper from scratch. However, Seika will hide this power to avoid the same tragedy as in the previous life. He was killed by fears and trauma of being too powerful that his allies had betrayed him. As he draws his last breath, he swears to become more unconspicuously and cunningly in a good way, and hopes that all his efforts to help young talent become a proper hero in the future. Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Ikki Kurogane comes from a prestigious lineage of knight. However, it is miserable that Ikki was born with useless power and zero magic, earning him the worst one title and labeled as a failure product. This classification subjected him to ridicule and discrimination from others through the intervention of his own family, which has produced superior blazers for generations. When Ikki was a child, he looked up motivation from Ryoma Kurogane, the legendary blazer who led Japan to victory in World War II, and as Ikki's great-grandfather, he inspired Ikki to pursue his dreams and never gave up. After leaving home to follow his dreams, he entered Heigun Academy to promise that if he were to win the 60-second 7 Stars Sword Art Festival where he must compete against other talented knights, many of whom possess powerful magical abilities. Through rigorous training and sheer dedication, Ikki aims to become a true knight and surpass the expectations of those around him. The Irregular at Magic High School. The protagonist of the series is Tatsuya Shiba, who was born into a prestigious family known for their magical prowess. But he was born a defective magician. What he can do is decompose body information bodies and reassemble them. That's why Yatsuba family decided to subject him to certain surgery called the Artificial Magical Plan, a project in which a magician's abilities are bestowed upon a non-magician by implanting an artificial magic calculation area into his brain. But that mid-altering procedure resulted in the loss of Tatsuya's human emotion. Enrolled at the National Magic University-affiliated First High School, Tatsuya is considered a weeb, a student with the lowest rank abilities, unlike his sister Miyuki classified as one of the high-rank students. Due to this classification, he is often underestimated and discriminated against by those who value traditional magical skills. One of Tatsuya's notable abilities is his extraordinary computational magic skills, which allow him to analyze and process vast amounts of magical information with incredible speed. A certain magical index. It tells the story of a world focused on accelerated scientific development and the education of superhuman abilities, which are possessed by a significant portion of its population. But all of the situations are changed when it involved in a magical side event that requires a young girl called Index, who has memorized the entirety of the prohibited grimoires. Meanwhile, Kamijo Toma does not possess any traditional magical abilities, and getting a level 0 Academy City first-year high school student, but he has a unique power called Imagine Breaker. Imagine Breaker is an ability inherent in Kamijo's right hand, which can cancel out any supernatural phenomenon, including magic power, Esper technique, and other divine commands. Despite this and his apparent disadvantage compared to his opponents, surely to pose a threat for dangerous organization is hunting Index down. For that reason, he never bothered about learning offensive or defensive skill, and merely relied on brute strength and the ability in his right hand. Kamijo Toma's journey involves unraveling the mysteries of the Index Librorum Prohibitorum, a collection of magical texts, and dealing with various factions, including magicians, espers, and secret organizations. Black Clover. Despite being born in a world filled with magic, Asta is an anomaly among his peers as he lacks magical power. However, he compensates for this apparent disadvantage with his unwavering determination, physical strength, and indomitable spirit. Asta dreams of becoming the Wizard King, the highest-ranking mage in the Clover Kingdom, and he works tirelessly to achieve this goal. At 15, Asta receives a rare 5-leaf Clover Grimoire, a book that grants him access to unique anti-magic abilities. While others wield spells and elemental powers, Asta's anti-magic allows him to nullify and dispel magic. With his newfound powers, Asta becomes a member of the Black Bulls, a notorious and unruly magic night squad known for its misfits and outcasts. With its vibrant cast of characters, captivating story arcs, and epic battles, Black Clover has garnered a significant following among anime and manga enthusiasts. It offers a rich and immersive world filled with magic, adventure, and the journey of a determined young protagonist striving to prove his worth and fulfill his dreams.